When we talk about brilliant bunkhouses, you wouldn't be complete without the 2021 Forest River Salem Hemisphere 314BUD. This is a classic layout. There's a lot of different manufacturers that make something very similar, but they all put their own little twist on it. So if you're looking for something where you can sleep 8 people, something, right around, it's a bigger RV, right? But still under 40 foot. This one comes in at 39 foot. Dry weight of 8,354 pounds. This really is, again, they took a classic floor plan, they put a great twist on it, and I think you're going to love it as much as I do. So let's start off right over here. One of the things you'll notice right away is the beautiful countertops. They kind of have like a whitish gray, almost like a they did a good job of imitating stone is what I want to say, right? Like it, even though, it's not like a true solid surface, you can see it kind of has that look to it where you almost see like the stone grain in there. And I really like that. I think it's a great choice for a countertop. Big undermount stainless steel bowl right here. I mean, that is a big bowl. High-rise faucet. That's a pull-out faucet, of course, too. Over to the sides, your 3-burner cooktop. Beautiful backsplash here I want to add. I like that they went with like a herringbone for the subway tile. I think it adds a little bit of depth to that backsplash. And just kind of, again, gives it a nice aesthetic piece. Right up front, that front burner is high output. You have the oven underneath. You also have good storage right there for pots and pans, which I definitely appreciate. Tiny bit of storage underneath the sink. I'll kind of show you that. It's not a ton, but at least they did give you something there, which, given the fact that they also have drawers built into it, is pretty darn impressive. And you will see the drawers, you got a little drop-down guy here, but 2 decent-sized drawers right underneath there. And then as we make our way in a little bit further, I do want to point out the storage up top. So I like this too. I like the glass they chose. You can see through it just a little bit, but it still has a nice frost to it, nice design to it. When we open it up, you'll see that there's plenty of storage there as well. Microwave and a hood right here. And then the Everchill 12-volt compressor-driven refrigerator. And I've talked about this before, but more and more manufacturers are starting to go to a 12-volt refrigerator. It all honestly started because of manufacturing shortages, right? Manufacturers couldn't get in the propane and electric refrigerators, so they started going to 12-volt. They're a little bit more expensive. But the nice thing about the 12-volt is that as long as you have enough solar and a couple batteries, you can basically run these indefinitely. And so a lot of people are really going towards them. Also, you get a little bit more space, right? Even though it takes up kind of the same footprint, you get more internal cubic footage of cold storage with the 12-volt, and it cools down a lot quicker. Right next to that, we'll open this guy up. You can see good pantry storage, trash can right in there. Not sure that, I love having a trash can in there. I mean, obviously it's kind of stowed away, but if I'm going to use it for food, I'm a little weird about it. I know a lot of people have their trash can in their pantry. For whatever reason, I just get slightly weirded out about it, but I would rather have a space like this than have my trash bag hanging out. So at least they gave me something. They couldn't do it underneath the sink, so there just wasn't enough space underneath that countertop. So I'd much rather have it here than not have it at all. Now, let's talk about the bathroom, because one of the big things here is the floor plan itself, right? And when we saw the Coleman, we saw something very similar to the fact that you have the access directly to the bathroom, so that any of the kids, yourself, you can just come right in here, do your business, head right back out. At 6 foot tall, I'm coming in a little over 200 pounds. I have plenty of space here, both for my legs as well as my shoulders. Toilet paper holder is already right there. It's easy to reach. And I say that because sometimes manufacturers will put them in a weird place. Like you have to do like one of these to try to grab toilet paper. Nobody wants to deal with that. This is simple. You have an electrical outlet, plenty of storage underneath the sink there for your toilet paper, if you have black tank chemicals, anything like that. Oil rub bronze fixture and mirrored medicine cabinet right there up top. Now as we make our way back in, we'll get to the super slide in just a second, but I first want to hit on the bunk room, because that's what this is all about, right? Is brilliant bunk houses. And right back here is something that I love. And what you'll notice, we make our way in this slide out, so you have a top bunk that, as you can see, just locks in place right up top like that. Then underneath is a sofa. So this, of course, is jackknife, so it folds out into a bed. But what I love about it is that you have the drop-down center console, plus you have the little removable armrests right here. So you kind of get like a little bit of a, again, pseudo theater seating here. Straight across is where you can mount a TV. So, you know, if you have teenagers and they want to bring like a gaming system, something like that, you can see you have plenty of space for it. And you got the, you know, the optimal kind of design here, right, where it's directly across. Or, you know, I've had people that, you know, maybe this is what you get and you have it for the family, and then the kids, you know, because you get it when they're teenagers. You know, let's say they're 14. You use it for 4 or 5 years, they move off on their own, and now it's just the two of you, and you're kind of left with a couple options. You can, you know, trade in if you want, which, you know, by the way, we have excellent trade-in values. Or B, you know, if you can still continue to use it and adapt to what makes it work. And right back here, I've had people that will have another TV, and they'll just kind of have this as like a, you know, a separate space to just kind of hang out, right? So you have that separation of space. So if you're spending a lot of time in here, you know, someone can be in the main living area, someone can be here or up in the bedroom, right? You just kind of get that different space, because you can obviously use this for storage and everything else. So, you know, just because the kids kind of grow up and move on doesn't necessarily mean that your RV is no longer functional. But bear in mind, again, if you know, if you do want to trade in, I'm telling you folks, we have some of the best trade values you will get out there. Plus, we have amazing pricing. I mean, if you're looking at this right now, right, let's say you're watching this, you tuned in, and you already have a deal that you're working on one, right? The 314BUD, the Salem Hemisphere, like, yes, this is it. Here's the thing, folks. All you have to do is text the word DEAL, D-E-A-L, and we'll beat whatever deal you have. I'm guaranteed, hands down. And if we cannot, we'll give you $1,000. So you know that you got a great deal on your RV because you did your homework, you did your research, you know, and you're like, oh, wait, they said they could do better. And if for some reason we can't, you get an extra $1,000 in your pocket, cash money, good to go. Right over here, I just want to mention is the last and final bunk. You know, a little bit of a grab handle to kind of help you use these shelves here kind of as steps to be able to get up in there. You also have a spot to plug in like cell phones or laptops, anything like that, anything you need to charge. We make our way back out into the super slide. You will see the big U-shaped dinette right here, which is perfect. You know, you can drop that down into a sleeping space, which is what helps this one sleep 8 people. Then you will also see this kind of cool light fixture right up top, you know, something a little bit different, kind of not necessarily an Edison bulb, but I do like that it kind of has like the center little almost filament looking strips in there. Just kind of adds a little bit to the light fixture itself. You know, I mean, I guess it's probably acrylic that they used or whatever, but again, I just like the way it looks. And then over to this side, you do have a little bit easier access storage right here, so you can just swing these open on both sides to access anything underneath the U-shaped dinette. And again, folks, you can easily sleep 2 adults right here. And of course, you'll get some more sleeping space over here. We'll see in just a moment. But one of the other things I really like is the window space. I mean, look how much window space you have here. It lets in a ton of natural light. Both of the windows on the side of the slide do open. And that can, you know, that can be a pretty big deal for a lot of people, because maybe you're somewhere where, you know, again, we talked about a 12-volt fridge. Maybe you're boondocking. Maybe you're running off solar, you know, and you don't have the AC to rely on keeping things cool. So you want to make sure you can open some windows up to make sure you're getting some cross ventilation in here. So that can be a pretty big deal when we're talking about some of the differences in some of the different bunkhouse models. And as I said, there's a lot of manufacturers that make a floor plan very similar to this. If you like a lot of things here, but maybe there's something that's just not working. Maybe it's colors. Maybe it's something in the bunk room. You know, maybe you want a little more storage. Maybe you want a different bathroom setup. Folks, I'm telling you, we have over 20,000 pieces of inventory on the lot and over 80,000 that are coming. As we all know, you know, there's been a huge shortage, right? Late last year is a huge shortage of RVs. We saw it coming. We ordered a ton, and we have a ton coming. And I'm telling you, if you want a bunk model, all you have to do is text the word FRESH to 46642, and we will help make sure that you get the bunk model you want, whether you want a U-shaped dinette, maybe you want a tri-fold sofa, maybe you want theater seating here. You know, maybe you want different colors. Let us help you out. All you have to do is text that word FRESH or drop it in the comment section below. Now, this right here is what we call a tri-fold sofa. The great thing about a tri-fold is it makes a comfortable bed, right? A jackknife sofa will give you more storage underneath. The tri-fold makes a more comfortable bed because it actually pulls out and gives you good sleeping space right there. Now, Because of that, it will kind of cut off the RV. Just bear that in mind. The great thing about it is you have an entrance right here to the front half, and if you remember, you had a second entrance in that bathroom, so that way you can access the back half, so you're not truly cut off. The other thing I like about this one is the fact that you have an angle right here for your entertainment center. So if you're in the kitchen cooking, you're at the dinette, you're on the sofa, you always have a great shot right there to the TV. You'll see your entertainment center built in here, your multimedia center with the DVD player, speakers, fireplace right down below. And then I love this too. You walk in and right there's a coat rack. You hang up your jackets, your sweatshirts, whatever you may have, nice and simple. Now we saw the bathroom in the back, and you may be thinking that's cool. What you probably didn't expect is this right here. If you take a look, folks, there it is, right? We have a bath right up here. So you'll see the, because we have the half bath there in the back, but here we have the toilet. You have your shower, neo-angle shower. The doors are in a roller track. I'll take a step in here just to kind of show you height. I'm 6 foot tall. You can see, even without that skylight, folks, I have no issues at all. You can be 6'2", maybe 6'3", and still be able to shower in here. Good size countertop, mirrored medicine cabinet. Again, that toilet paper is nice and easy to reach, and you have a porcelain bowl, so that bad boy is going to stay clean. It's going to look great for years to come. Kevin, why don't you come on up in here a second. Just show everyone the bedrooms. Just a couple quick things I want to point out. One is the fact you have a front windshield up there. It's absolutely gorgeous. Again, you have windows here for cross ventilation. If you take a look behind the wardrobes, you have mirrored wardrobe. You'll see little charging stations, and you have another AC in here. And folks, you're getting all of that for starting under $40,000. This one that's as little as $9.58 a day. For the bath and a half, you get that huge bunk model. Again, you want to talk about brilliant bunk houses, folks. This is definitely one of them right here. Big grab handle coming down that makes it nice and easy. The upgraded steps. You have solar prep out here, huge pass-through. There's so much on the outside of this. Unfortunately, we're running out of time. But folks, I'm telling you, if you are interested in a bunk model, we have a ton of them. If you want something a little bit smaller, we have it. You want something a little bit easier on the budget, we have it. You want something bigger, you want fifth wheels, we have it. All you have to do is text that word FRESH to 46642 or drop it in the comments section below. That way we can help you out, navigate you through, whether it's the Salem Hemisphere, whether it's the Atlas, whether it's the Coleman, whether it's something that we didn't even show you in this segment. Trust me, we have so many options out there. Just drop a comment.